Greetings, citizens of Tetris. It is your old pal vandweller back with more classic Tetris Monthly Mega Dasters for 2025. This is our first annual DAS Mega Championship. 64 players vying for the ultimate bragging rights. Maybe it's not the ultimate bragging rights, but it's pretty good bragging rights. If you're the DAS champion of CTM, that's pretty darn good. So, yeah, we're going to have two broadcasts for you tonight. We are going to have the olive bracket and the green bracket. Now, I don't have the early brackets here to show you on the screen, but you can use the bracket command in chat and go look at it yourself. But I will tell you who it's going to be. It's going to be Demon versus Anpu, and the winner will take on Steelce. So these are all like relatively, I wouldn't say new players, right? But they're kind of like, Anpu's been around for a while. You know Anpu from doing all the stats and ELO and all that stuff. But as far as DAS Masters, as far as the CTM top level tournaments, the three players in this bracket do not have a ton of that experience, with Demon and Steel really just making their CTM top level debuts this year. And Anpu, you know, has won a community tournament, but as far as being in our top tournaments, you know, Anpu's been in Mega Masters in 2023, and that's it. So really, three players looking to make a run and establish a name as a top DAS player. They're gonna have to fight their way through rounds 1 and 2, and this is all gonna feed into a bracket against or a match against Sharky in the round of 32. So the winner of these three players, whoever makes it through, will have to face Sharky in round number 3, the round of 32. So that's the first bracket. And then after that, it's going to be the green bracket. And that is going to be Zach, you know, Zach Games Well, Zach Attack, Zach from Australia, versus Nima. Of course, you know Nima, exciting Tetris caster. And the winner of that will take on Tommy NTG in the second round. And this is like going to be kind of the bracket of death because, well, maybe not death, but maybe life, maybe a triumph, because this one feeds into Pixelandy, our number 2 seed. So the winner of these three will eventually play Pixelandy. But first, we're going to do the olive bracket: Demon versus Anpu, winner versus Steel. And then after that, Zach versus Nima, winner, or Nima. I always want to say Nima, but it's Nima. Nima? I don't know. Winner of that versus Tommy NTG. Let's take a look at our rules. Yes, there are rules, and the rules are that this is a 64-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System on NTSC consoles. Players can play an emulator or console. So long as the game mechanics, appearance, and statistics are unmodified, they can use any controller so long as there's no big buttons or turbo functions used, whether electronical or mechanical. No biological turbo either, so no turbo whatsoever. You can't jitter click your way out of this one, kids, because this is a DAS tournament, so players should heed the spirit of DAS. And DAS is the press and hold play style, not the slow tap your whole way through and call it DAS because it's within whatever supposed DAS limits there are. This is DAS, press and hold. You can do a quick tap at the end of a DAS motion. That is fine. You know, 2 taps, 3 taps in the middle of the board, pretty much unrestricted. Just, you know, go back to DAS very quickly. All right. Best of 5s here in the early rounds. First player to 3 wins is the winner of the match. Level 18 starts all the way through. Players' same piece sets will be used, but they're going to be re-rolled. We are not incrementing, so be prepared to re-roll. And make sure your hertz and input displays in the Tetris Gym cartridge thing are turned on. You should not receive any advice while you are playing a game, and you should not pause unless I, the commentator, tell you to. If you do experience tech issues, just keep playing. Don't assume that, oh, it's not going to count. No, assume your score is going to count until I tell you otherwise. So those tech issues come, OBS, internet, PC, whatever, Just keep playing and await further instructions. And the winner gets absolutely nothing. Isn't that sad? Oh my goodness. So you think there'd be a big prize for a championship, but no, there isn't. I'm just kidding. There is a prize pool, and it is funded by you, the viewers. And there's no sponsors. I don't have a trust fund, or I'm not some billionaire just kind of doing this for, lulls. And I can just throw billions. I don't have anything. I'm sitting here in a room. I don't know. So it's all up to you guys who are watching. Now, we will post some incentives, some goals very soon. But for right now, just know that, this is a championship level prize pool. So please do consider contributing to it. Use the Matcherino command if you're watching live. Those will bring up some links. And the one that says Mega Dasters, or might say whatever that's the one. Click on that. It'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. In the top right-hand corner, you'll see a button that says Login. Click on the Login button. It'll open up a thing where you can log in, and you can use your existing Twitch or YouTube account to log in. You do not have to make a separate account for Matcherino, so that's good. Once you are logged in, on the right side, you'll see a button that says Contribute, and that is what you click to contribute. You'll see a button that says Claim Code. We do have 50 contribution codes courtesy of Matcherino. Each time that is clicked, puts 25 cents into the prize pool. There's a limit of 50 and 1 click per account. So I think last I looked, we have 9 left, 8 left, something like that. So let's get those done this stream, please. I don't want to have to mention it anymore. You guys know the drill. You've been watching Tetris long enough. You know to do it. So yeah. If you're watching after the fact, go to go.ctm.gg/DASPrize, and thanks to everybody who has contributed so far to the prize pool. We're at $78.54. We want to get a little bit higher than that, so whatever you got kicking around, dump it in. 1, 5, 10, 500, whatever you got. This is a big DAS tournament. So yeah, let's get there. All right, that's how to support the players, to support the channel. A lot of different ways to do that, one of which is Patreon, which allows you to make an ongoing pledge of support to help keep this channel going. Patreon.com/monthly Tetris. That ongoing predictable revenue allows me to look forward into the future and say, oh yes, we can keep doing this. Yeah, we can keep scheduling tournaments. I can keep counting on being able to do CTM every month. I get tomorrow morning, I'm waking up at 5 a.m. to do a stream. Now, could I do that if I were, not dedicated fully to Classic Tetris Monthly? No, I could not. So a lot of these matches have to be scheduled at weird times, and being able to do this full time allows me the flexibility to keep these tournaments running at, I was going to say a high level of quality, at the level of quality that we have. Big shouts to Scott, Craig, Jane, The Window, K9, Tacky, Corporal, Shelby, Troy Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Kaka, Javan T, Jason, and Sunny for their extra bit of support. And thanks to everybody on this slide. I know Violet came in last night and became a contributor, so we'll get you going on that. There are other ways to support us. Use the support command to find some of those ways. For example, if you don't like Patreon, you can go on PayPal and do a recurring amount as well. And that link should be in the support command. If you're watching on YouTube, you got super chats, super stickers, super thanks, super this, super that, channel membership, gift channel membership, gift multiple channel memberships. Why not? Try it one time. Do it. You might like it. Twitch, you got bits, you got subs, and you got gift subs, you got Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime Gaming subs as well. I'm going to drop pieces in the chat because that is the piece drop music. I'll flop on over to our play scene. I will go ahead and get our cameras situated while our players are finishing up their warm-ups and entering the pieces. And then we will get underway. Oops. All right. We're getting it ready. Anpu says, good luck. Have fun. Well, he said GLHF, which is the lazy way to say good luck, have fun. That's what lazy people do when they don't want to type. There, we'll flop this around the other way. Okay, Vandy, says Anpu. I know, I want to talk about lazy. All right, well, hey, is anybody watching on YouTube? Where's my YouTube chatters at? Where's my Twitch chatters at? Where are all you guys? You're all very quiet today. Burby is here. Matro Wheatia is here. Catvinity is here. Hello World. Where is it? Where is everybody? All right, the pieces are in chat, players. And yeah, if there's any mods in chat who can be seed pinners, that would be good. E7C992. DJ Ungle Raffle making noise from Sweden here. Steel is here. What is this transition trainer pace? Nelstris is here. Zalo is here. You think people are waiting for more known players? Who is more known than Anpu? Anpu is like one of the foundational people in the classic Tetris scene. Do you guys know this? Do you guys know how important Anpu is? That's all your luck for the day. That's pretty good. Was that a 19? Sorry, that's a post. Anyway. All right, well, this is all very interesting with your transition trainer, but let us begin Tetris. We are deep into the seed song. We should be starting now. Okay, well, let's go ahead and check seeds. We'll go ahead and get this going here. Seed checker, E7C992. Yes, we are ready to begin. Classic Tetris Monthly Mega Dasters Olive Bracket Demon versus Anpu. Let us get them started in round one in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. On the left side of your screen, it is Demon, seed number 45 from the United States of America, has a DAS PB of 1.14 million, according to my research. Now, that could be very bad research, but that is what I could find, and I'm just going to go with it. And if it's not true, we'll just pretend it's true, okay? The Demon is here. Got that 1.14 million. That is a top 115 score on the DAS leaderboard. Demon, not a ton of match experience, but at least in CTM, I see he's got a community tier 1 in August, made his DAS Masters debut in August as well. Has been playing in Classic Tetris bi-weekly. And that is I know very little about Demon, except he did win for round 1 in his August DAS Masters debut against Doodle. That's a pretty good match. So we're going to see what happens. If you have any demon facts in the chat, let me know, because I was able to bring up very little. $126 here for Demon, $106 for Anpu. On the right side of your screen, it is Anpu. Qualified into seed number 52. Oh, he beat Meme in the top 24 at CTWC DAS. Now, why isn't that in the match database? Why is that not in there? That's very interesting. All right, so he was at CTWC DAS. Didn't know that. Didn't get to watch that yet, unfortunately. 160 here for Anpu, 163 for Demon. There's a Tetris Anpu, 183, 186 Demon. Anpu on the right side, seed number 52, a Canadian. I didn't know until today that Anpu was a Canadian. So if you're collecting lists of Canadians, you can add Anpu to the list as a known Canadian. Has a DAS PB of 1.21 million. So a 1.2, that is pretty good. That's a top 65 score on the DAS PB leaderboard. I have no picture of Anpu. I had nothing to put in my little avatar slot there, so we'll hopefully try to find one. If Anpu continues on, we'll get one. But Anpu is a former community tournament winner and has been playing in Classic Tetris matches since 2023. He's played a lot of Tetris Deathmatch, Eat My Elo, Classic Tetris League, Classic Tetris Gauntlet. Has played in something called CT Quickly. Played in the one-day event that Pumpy Heart hosted and the one-night event as well. Has played in CT Arcadian. A lot of these things, I don't really fully know what exactly they are. And Anpu has played in a lot of it. Anpu has also made one appearance in Mega Masters in 2023, went out to Maestro in round one of that. And as far as I know, I don't know, has Anpu been to a live event? That's what we got to figure out. We got to get Anpu out to a live event. Now, one thing you may not know, or maybe you do, but you know how there's ELO, right? Which is the Tetris kind of rankings. You know that, how that exists? How it's sort of like chess, but it's in Tetris? Well, Anpu runs ELO. 410 for Demon, 364 for Anpu. You know, it started out with Rory. Was it Rory doing ELO? And then Pumpy. And now, Anpu. Why do you have the Hertz counter for the DAS tournament? We have the Hertz counter for the DAS tournament so that we can see if players are hyper tapping. It's a way to sort of just check and make sure that they're playing within the bounds of the rules. So if you see continual Hertz movement, see that Hertz counter only changes when they execute a tap. So the fact that it says 6.67 on Anpu's side the entire time doesn't mean that he's 6.67 tapping the whole time. It'll only change when a hyper tap basically is detected, and then it will give the speed of that. So as long as that stays the same, they have not executed a tap. They're into 19, and Anpu's going to top out at 445, and Demon is good in game number one. So that is the answer to your question. I hope that is a satisfactory answer, and if it is not, well, that's okay. I'll live with it. Okay, let us go ahead and get these players some new pieces. So anyway, Anpu, you know, runs a lot of the kind of the backbone, right, behind the scenes stuff. Keeps the classic Tetris community going. You know, match database and ELO and all that stuff. So huge job. And yeah, thanks, Anpu. I should have come to me for an Anpu pick. Well, send me an Anpu pick. F58270. All right, looks like both players are on seed. Both players ready for game number 2. Demon up 1-0. Anpu looking to tie it up here in game 2. All right, Anpu is underway with an interesting board. Got four more rows of garbage here, and now has added 2 to it, and we'll have to add some more to clear this out. So, not the ideal start for Anpu, but it is still early and low and slow. Oh, thank goodness for the sneeze button. That was a big sneeze. I always have very violent sneezes. You know, there's some people that do a sneeze, it's just like, achoo, achoo. Not me. Mine's like, oh, you know, it's massive, loud event. Although I don't have a vocalization. You know, some people sneeze and they make a vocalization. Like, I don't do that. Like, some people go like, ah, you know, like they literally use their vocal cords while they're sneezing. Like, there's no need for that. I don't know why people do that. I don't do that. But, you know, it's fairly violent. You'll have to hear it next time. 131 for Anpu, 125 for Demon. So Anpu, despite that odd beginning, is in the lead by a small amount, by about 5,000. You're being robbed of the full vandweller experience. I think most people do not want to hear like the bodily noises of the host. It's just that's just a theory. I could be wrong, but or a hypothesis. It's just a hypothesis. 202 for Anpu, 218 now for Demon. That's right. All right, Canadians are on screen, guys. Colin, you have never seen the the full vandweller experience. That's on my Only Vans page. But you gotta really, that's expensive. That don't come free. $310 Demon, $278 for Anpu. Never go full Vandy. Oh, Anpu gonna overshift that Z piece, but looks like this is gonna be easily resolved. And he's open again, but the game just starts dropping squares. So maybe I should take that back. And this is tough. T gonna get the T-spin, yes. Trying to keep that right side open, gets a triple and a Tetris, and the wave of relief washing over Anpu. as he survives a scare. 317 for him, 406 for Demon. Colin, I thought you were done with Tetris and all of a sudden you're back. So are you fully back? Tetris for Demon, 432. Tetris Anpu, 370. What's up, Guam? How's it going? You're back just enough to host FNF once a month. Oh, early DAS load there for Anpu. Tetris Anpu, 409, 571 for Demon. We're just a few lines away from that level 19 transition. The speed will increase by 50%. 5-0. The colors will change, as you see there. 576 for Demon, 436 for Anpu, and the value of line clears will increase every 10 lines, every time the colors change. Tetrises will be worth 1,200 more. Right now, they're worth 24,000. Now, on Anpu side, they're worth 25,200. $607 for Demon, 493 for Anpu. Level 21. Anpu covered well, uncovers. Oh, this is going to be tough. Long bar Tetris. Anpu brings it back, but he's got holes in the stack. Still low and ish. Well, it's kind of getting higher though. Still dealable with. And Demon's board starting to climb. This is going to be really tough on that left side. And no, that is going to be a top out. 669 is the top out. The chase down target for Anpu is 566. He's got a lot of time because the next speed increase is at level 29, but this is a very tough board. And he's got some burns here that he can bring it down. But 670 is the chase down target. He's got until level 29. That's 230 lines. The time, yeah, he's just not able to bring this down, and this is going to be really tough on that left side. I'm not sure he's going to be able to survive, and no, he is not. And Demon is going to hang on to take game number 2. Mr. Burrow, what's going on? Josh is here. One of the many Joshes over on YouTube is here. And if you need a moment, players, you can take it, but the new seeds are here. New pieces are here. 27, B7, EB. Those are Bs, not 8s. Go. All right, Demon trying to work through some issues here. A little mid-match fine-tuning. Not Zempro liked the spin tuck. Maitre Wheatia has gifted 10 subscriptions to the monthly Tetris community on Twitch. Thank you so much, Maitre Wheatia. If you are Gamer D, Nima, Azozelo, Demon, Ty Tuesday, Vinzi, Swinskigogon, Chael Chan, and Hthang, and Game Scout, those 10 people, if you're one of them, you have received a gift subscription to this channel from Maitre Wheatia. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. You know, Demon, there's no better way to say thank you to Maitre Wheatia than to get your seed entered and to signal ready. All right, there we go. We are signal ready. 27B7 EV. Looks like both players are ready. Game number 3. Demon versus Anpu. Anpu needs to win to stay in. That was passive aggressive? I know, that was just jokes. Oh, that was. That was a funny way of telling him to get the hell ready. Okay. We got 2 brackets tonight, so that's 4 total matches of Dastmasters. We are making a lot of progress. We got a lot of these scheduled. We've got, you know, this one, olive bracket. We got green bracket tonight. That's going to be Zack Attack, Nima, and Tommy. We have a Masters bracket at 5 a.m. It's not a bracket, it's a single solo match. It's going to be Lucas versus Akatu at 5 a.m. Texas time. So if you're watching on the west coast of the USA, join me at 3 a.m. to see Lucas play Akatu. Anpu uncovers the right side, gets a Tetris 122, 118 for Demon. I got a couple of rows of garbage over the well. Uncovers, long bar over. Tetris for him, 142, 145 for Anpu. Early here in game number 3. A must-win game for Anpu if he wants to continue. You'll be up at 6 a.m., Kingsman? Really? Why will you be awake at 6 a.m.? I guess working, man. Tetris Anpu 238, 233 for Demon. Kid's got to go to school. Aye, aye, aye. Imagine having responsibilities. Imagine. Oh, thanks, Colin. Appreciate that. Yeah, I will. I have responsibility. Oh, oh, line spin from Demon. I do have responsibilities, short sword. Tetris responsibilities, and I'm shirking them all the time. Yeah, we got a lot going on tomorrow, actually, too. So we get that 5 a.m. Masters Blue Round 2, Lucas and Akatu. That's at 5 a.m. my time. And then at 2 p.m., there's another Masters solo match, Round 1, Tugi versus Mushman. Oh, Anpu spiring here. Long bar over at Tetris, Anpu. Then tomorrow at 3 p.m., there's another solo match. Mega Dasters Orange. It's Lokenzi versus Maestro. And then 6 p.m., there's a Masters Green Violet, Evesy, and Tetris time. And then another one, Mega Dasters Cobra versus Uf Means Egg, winner versus Scotto. So there's a lot It's a lot spread out tomorrow from 5 a.m. I'll be streaming on and off from 5 a.m. to about 10 p.m. tomorrow. For your entertainment. And this is the time when you look deep into your heart and say, oh man, Vandy's really putting in the work here. I'm an Amazon Prime member. I've got a Twitch Prime sub that I can use on his channel. Maybe I'll use that, you know, just to help Vandy out here, make it worth it, you know. That'll be a good thing to do. 394 for Demon, 421 for Anpu. Tetris Demon, 424. 426 Anpu, so it's close. Tetris for Demon. Anpu would love to bring this down. He's handling it well, but this is some kind of uncomfortable place for your stack. For Das. Especially as you're approaching level 19. It looks like both players are able to fight this down a bit. Oh, that's a different prime there, Cobalt. That is a totally different prime. Prime sub, subprime mortgage. Those are two different things. They sound similar, granted. By the way, Cobalt, were you even alive during the 2008 financial crisis? You were not. Were you even alive? Colin with the Prime sub. Thank you. 30 more months. Appreciate that. We are into level 19. 530 for Anpu. Demon, his board kind of scary here. Anpu able to fight his down a bit. And Demon, he is not going to be able to survive. That's 525. And Anpu is good. You were 5 years old in 2008. All right. Some reason you seem younger. Then again, probably because I've known that there was such a person as Cobalt for the last 6 years. So you're probably frozen in time. To like 6 years. Man, I've been doing this too long. All right, looks like Anpu is good. New pieces for the players. 3E, F2, C5. What was I doing in 2008? Oh, 2008, I was playing poker full-time. I was coaching poker full-time. I was making videos for poker training site. That's what I was doing. Yeah, I was in Austin, so it was online. At that time, we didn't have live poker clubs. F2, C5. Okay, both players ready. Game number 4. In 3, 2, 1 Tetris. Was I a poker star or full tilter? I made the rounds. I was on Poker Stars. I was on Full Tilt. Early in my career, I played a lot of Ultimate Bet. Before that was exposed. Where else did I play? And of course, that was around the time, 2010 was when they went after online poker. Because it would be so bad and wrong if people were gambling and lost a house. Now we have sports gambling advertised on like every sports broadcast, and yet we still do not have legal online poker in the US, except for certain states. But federally legal, yeah, we still don't have that. But I mean, it's just ridiculous, actually. But yeah, that event forced me to have to go get a job. And so I went and got a job. 116 for Demon, 99,000 for Anpu. You played with Phil Ivey on Full Tilt. Oh my God, I didn't realize you were such a big baller. Colin coming in, playing with Phil Ivey, Negreanu. Pretty much every poker site had like a huge controversy. Full Tilt, Ultimate Bet, Party Poker, I'm sure had scandals, probably. I don't think Poker Stars really ever had a big scandal, unless I'm missing something. But they've always been like on the up and up, as far as I remember. Cobalt was 7 in 2010, and you were the Michael Jordan of the play money tables. 255 for Demon, 219 for Anpu. Billy Mack with the Prime sub, 18 months. Thank you, Billy. Appreciate that. Go check out Billy Mack Makes on YouTube for like some woodworking DIY kind of video stuff. If you like that kind of thing. Even made a Tetris cutting board. Check that out. Tetris for Anpu, 313. 302 for Demon. I always want to say Damon, but it's Demon. All right, Tetris for both. 5 lines apart. Anpu up by about 8,000 points. AOL Poker. AOL Poker. The Tetris cutting board video is a good video. That's right. Billy Mack, you got to do more Tetris woodworking projects so we can promote your channel. Oh, did I miss a spin? Shoot. Oh, no. Anpu is going to top out at 362. So the target here for Demon is 362. That triple is going to seal it. And Anpu, the Canadian ELO Maven? I don't know, whatever. Anpu is out of the tournament. Well, you did well. You took a game off of Demon in the first round. You should feel good. I did not give you 3 free games against your opponents. I didn't realize you were Canadian, so that offer was available only in the United States. You gotta read the fine print, okay? Terms and conditions. Anpu. And you can't sue me because there's forced arbitration in the terms and conditions that you signed. Just like the terms and condition that Discord just came out. Oh, it's Damon? How come I feel like I asked you before and you said it was Demon. And then aren't you Demon in some other place, like Damon? I feel like your name is also Demon somewhere. Oh, all right. Damon. Well, I guess I'll say Damon. I feel like I'm getting gaslit here. I feel like I'm getting gas-lamped. All right, well, it is time to report the results to the centralized Tetris reporting authority. That is Anpu. Anpu, I'm reporting the results of this to you right now. So please. Of course, Anpu could go in and change the results. All right, so I report. Yeah, when I am reporting, when you hear me say, I got to report this is going to Anpu, basically. All right, we're going to zap you, buddy. Anpu, you are out. We're going to bring in Steel. GG's to you. What are you on? Seed number. You're in slot number 32. Where's 32? Oh, there it is. All right, you're gone. Bye-bye. Let's run some ads so we can try to make some money this month. We don't have to do DoorDash. And then 45. You're on slot 30. I have a very convoluted system. Oh my god, it's double DA3MON. And then 30. Goodbye. And hello 20. All right, we'll fix up these cams. We'll get everybody going. All right, we're gonna get steel. We're gonna spin steel right around like a record. All right, we're working on it. Look at, watching the magic happen. This is magical, is it not? It's very magical. All right, there you are, DA3MON. Steel. George the Animal Steel. You don't know who that is, right? All right, we're going to copy slot 30 transform from over here. Copy the transform. We're going to paste it over to 30 over here. And hopefully get on stencil. Ready? It's going to be magical. Paste transform. All right, that should work. It seems inconvenient that you have to swap them around. It's not inconvenient at all. It's literally not inconvenient. It's a bigger inconvenience that players are not consistently on stencil. So if you want to consider being on stencil, your entry fee to the tournament, that is all I ask. We literally don't charge an entry fee except be on stencil, right? Yeah, no, it's not. You think the higher number should be on the left? Like the higher seed, right? Yeah, exactly. No, you're on stencil. I'm not complaining about you. I'm complaining about the general Tetris population. You guys are great. What's up, Chen? All right, players, I am going to drop the pieces in the chat. 8D, 7F, E8. 8D, 7F, E8. I made you remove your legendary camera stencil. You dislike the stencil rules. With an angry face. Well, not sure if serious, but literally it's a way to make life easier for the people who are providing you like the free service of restreaming your matches. So if that's something you dislike, you're fine to dislike it, but that's the reason for them. People in TNP didn't mind it at all. They minded it. Yeah, then you don't have to play. If you don't like it, don't play. I'm not messing around today, all right? I'm put in hundreds of hours, a couple hundred hours a month in this stuff. When he goes, I don't like this thing you're making me do. Don't play. Don't care. All right, 8D7 FE8, 8D7 FE8. Oh my God, what is it? Steel, you all right? What is happening over there? The camera fell. Vandy, I'm going to poke the lion. Steelce is one word, one syllable. What do you mean? Steelce? I'm just saying Steelce. I'm just saying steel. I don't care. You're steel to me. Listen, I'll call you what I call you, and you're going to like it. All right? All right, looks like both players are ready. Both players are on seat. Let's go ahead and get them started. It's round two. This is a best of five. Steel and DA3MON. I'll just mispronounce both their names. About to kick off a match, 3-2-1 Tetris. The winner of this will move on to the top 32 to take on Sharky later in the month. Is it really Steelce? Steel and DA3MON. Yeah, I'm just going to mispronounce their names. Well, I like Steel. I don't know. It kind of looks like Steel Continuing Education. Steel and DA3MON. That's right. All right. Well, I'll try to do. It's really Steelce. How am I supposed to know that? Like, how do you get to know that information? That's what I want to know. Well, DA3MON on the right side is having trouble. That long bar is going to help. If he can get another quick one, that'll help too. Oh, that L piece is going to help a lot. And he's bringing it down, and DA3MON long bar over Tetris survival for DA3MON. I thought he was done, and most people would be. But yeah, great survival from DA3MON, not DA3MON, even though like DAEMON would be demon, right? But it's not. Anyway, on the left side of your screen, it's Steel, whatever it is. He's here, and he's playing Tetris. Qualified into seed number 20 from the USA with a qualifier of, how much was it? There it is. 1.027 million. That was the average of his best three games played in a 75-minute championship qualifier. It's ridiculous. 75 minutes is too long for a qualifier, but the regular quals are an hour, so what are we supposed to do? But anyway, Steelce, now I'm like, you shouldn't have told me that, Zempro, because I'm like done for this broadcast. Now I'm like, it's in my head. The person on the left has a DAS PB, according to my research, of 1.11 million. It's about a top 115 score. 213 right now, 238 for DA3MON. And I didn't know the person on the left. Because he made his debut in the CTM cinematic universe in Stupid Tetris Monthly. Just this year, the Stupid Tetris Monthly No Next Box defeated Mari in round 1, defeated Ella in round 2, went out to Fractal in round 3, and also made his DAS Masters debut in that same month, went out against Chroma. So just 4 matches in the match database, but there were pretty exciting matches all around, actually. So I recommend going back and watching those. So excited to have Steel here. On the right, it's DA3MON, 378, qualified into seed number 45. And defeated Anpu in round 1 to get here to round 2. Qualled in with a 916. That was the average of his best 3 games played in a 75-minute qual. With a DAS PB of 1.142, and that's good for about a top 15 score. Now, Steel's PB is not on the DAS PB leaderboard, but if it were, then these two would be right next to each other. They're only separated by like 1,800 points. They would be like 113 and 114 if Steelce were on there. So pretty even as far as PB goes. DA3MON played in CTWC DAS this year. Also played in Community Tier 1. Not only 7 matches in the database right now, 543 for DA3MON, and up high, kind of a very awkward, and now fatal transition here for DA3MON on 19. The Chasedown target for Steelce, I'll never get used to that, 546. So he's got a lot of time to try to chase this down, though it is about 155,000 points. We'll have until level 29, basically, 230 lines. And that's when the next speed increase is. So he's got a lot of time. Oh, maybe I have the PBs listed wrong. Oh yeah, it is a 30,000 point difference. Sorry. They would be like right next to each other on the list. Cute Pup Jesus with the sub on Twitch. Thank you, Cute Pup. All right, Steel here taking these conservative burns. Tetris is on 21. Let's see. We got 26,400, something like that. Is that what it is? 24,000? Yeah, something like that. So it's going to be 100,000 points, about 4 Tetrises, something like that. And he's taking, conservative lines here. He'll take the Tetris if it's offered to him. Really getting as much as he can with conservative play. And, as soon as he messes up that left side of the board, takes burns. And that is the right thing to do. See if he's going to get some kind of spin here. No, he's just going to kind of do 29 stacking here. on 19 as a DAS player. Taking the scenic route here from Steel. All right, 40 lines to go. You took it. All right, well, I'll reply to you soon, Chess. All right, so Tetris is now worth 30,000. So 2 Tetrises would now do it. So if you got 2 Tetrises here, that would happen. It would be enough. All right, that's 17 lines where he's set up for a Tetris. Finally, this will be the first one in the post, and there's one. So he needs 10,000 points and should be able to simply line this out. There's a double. Oh, he's kind of getting set up again, but this is kind of a tough spot here. And the board's starting to climb. There's one, needs maybe one more. And there it is. Finally gets it. 226 lines in. He was in the process of topping out, and he did just enough. Steel. Yeah, too close, says Zempro. It kind of took the long way. 1 Tetris, basically, during the Chasedown. The rest of it done. I think it was 1. That's what I counted. Maybe there was 2. But did it. Just singling and doubling the whole way out. And, Steel does not have a lot of competitive reps. Does play a lot on Nestris.org, but does not have a lot of competitive reps in like streamed games. And so I wonder if the nerves or what did it. My hands were freaking numb. So what a chase down. And it was weird because he was kind of setting up for a Tetris right toward the end when he definitely didn't need to do that. He got the Tetris and then he set up again and he didn't need to. Steel was very nervous. So it's a lot different than Nestris.org, isn't it? Well, good chase down. Good game there. Kind of a grinder. 546 on 28. He used every bit of the runway that he had. All right, well, I'm going to put some pieces in chat. Players, you can take a moment if you need it, but... Oh, you always thought it was Steelce. I always thought it was just Steel CE. I don't know, or Steel with some letters at the end of it, but that never made sense to me. Can I just not say that? Can I just say Steel? Because it's in my mind now. It's like Steels. I have to say Steels. I can say Steel. Thank you. All right, I've received Steel permission. I have Steel privilege. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know. You never really know. Steel. Oh my God, dude, that is not cursed at all. It's amazing. Well, I'll change it if you get through. If you get through, I'll change it. If you win, remind me in my Vandy channel to change it. Steelce? See, I'm not saying Steelce. With 2 S's, not a Z. I'm not saying that. Steelce? What does that mean? What does your name mean? If it's like your actual first name, I guess I'll say it, but... Did the pieces drop in, by the way? Oh, the pieces did not drop in. I guess the pieces did not drop in. D66EFC, D66EFC. I was very distracted by your name. All right. Steelce trying to work out some nerves there. I'll never get used to that. Guys, everybody in Tetris, just let me name you and then just accept it. I think that's what should happen. You know, like certain tribes, they bring the child to the tribal elder and they give them the name of the new baby. That's what you should do. All right, looks like we were both ready. Go ahead and get them started. Game number 2, Steelce up 1-0 in 3-2-1 Tetris. Vandy is the sorting hat, says Zook. I know that's, let's see, that's from Harry Potter, and that is what tells you, like, what is it, a house? It tells you what house you're in? Is that what it is? I don't really know Harry Potter. Harry Hong paid me $100 to watch all the Harry Hong movies, but I don't really remember any of it. All right, we are underway in game number 2. All right, I will try to say people's names the right way. Tetris for Steelce. Doesn't sound right to me, but I'm going to do my best. 142 for DA3MON. 121 for the player on the left. Zook says, fun fact, the Vanadium browser was named after Vandy. That's probably true. Vandy is like an Ursula K. Le Guin wizard. I never read Ursula K. Le Guin. See, I'm not a huge sci-fi guy or fantasy guy or anything like that. I've read some, but it's not my favorite, so I don't, it's not one of my default things to go to. 184 for Steel, 266 for DA3MON. Oh, well, somebody changed Steelce's placard. I don't know who that was. Oh my goodness, someone hacked my computer. This is serious. Tetris for Steelce. I don't like all those sibilants, man. It exposes, some some flaws in my speech patterns. 220 for Steelce, 342 for DA3MON. DA3MON concentrating, trying to get out of this, is out of this. Now starting to build a Tetris well. DA3MON gets a long bar down. That's going to be a triple, and he's bringing it down, and DA3MON approves of this sequence. Steelce set up for a Tetris. Chunks it down, though. But DA3MON, about 140,000 points ahead. Party down the middle for DA3MON, 453. Oh, early shift and a misdrop there for Steelce. So it's like just as he got out of a situation, he gets like right back into one. All right, that square will help. All right, need something for that right side really quick. Gets a couple of pieces, but can he fix this? Can he fix this at all? Oh, 19 transition is going to hit hard right now. And that is going to be a top up for Steelce at 335, 538 for DA3MON. DA3MON's good in game number 2. You were doing better when I called you the wrong name. No, I've been reprimanded, upbraided, reproached. I gotta call you by your right name. Everyone online calls you Steel. Well, now I want to call you the real thing, just so I can be the person who gets it right. It may not look like it, Steelce, but I have high standards for myself. All right, the pieces are in chat. 0A, F4, CB. All right, both players on seed, both players ready. What was once a best of 5, now a best of 3 between Steelce and DA3MON. Started off this broadcast pronouncing both of their names incorrectly, but now here they are. The dead heat, round 2. Trying to win to face Sharky later in the month. All right, Tetris for each of the 2 players on the screen. The olive bracket. It's fun in these mega tournaments for the weird colors to return, like olive and violet, tawny. I like it. The green that we have in Mega is not the same as the green that we have. But I forgot to make a Mega green box, so we're just using the wrong green for the next stream. So don't tell anyone. It's the wrong green, but it's green. 79,000 for Steelce, 101 for Damon. So in about 42 minutes, the next bracket will begin. That'll be a green bracket, which has Zach versus Nima. The winner versus Tommy NTG, and that is a scary bracket because that's the one that feeds into the number 2 seed, which is Pixel Andy. But really, everybody hanging out in the round of 32, those who got kind of 2 round buys, kind of a murderer's row of Tetris. So I will be interested to find out how many folks from rounds 1 and 2 will make it through to the top 24 and top 16. Because it's a tough lineup in that top 32. 233 for Steelce, 171 for Damon. All right, good news. Oh, Damon with the kind of early DAS load. Damon's still trying to fix the results of that early DAS load. $290 for Steelce. There's a Tetris 313. $250 for Damon. I'm going to have to put pronunciation notes in my database. I gotta remember this for next time. 384 for Steelce, 283 for Damon. Both players clean and building. There's a Tetris for Damon, 307. Damon 10 lines ahead. Mr. Brain says, I just discovered that I can increase the size of everything on Nestris.org by upping the font size. How do you do that? All right, a skimming at Tetris, therefore Damon into 19, 381. So Steelce still on 18. Is that upping the font size? That's upping the whole window size. I don't know if that's just the font size. Mr. Brain will have to tell us over on YouTube. Oh, command. Okay. So you mean just command plusing the screen. Got it. Yeah, that's not, I don't think that's just the font size. That's the entire size of the window, right? All the elements in the window. Page zoom, right, there it is. Tetris for Damon, 475.26 for Steelce. And Damon finds a bar to chunk in there. Doesn't burn anything, but puts material in the board. He's down stacking here. Oh, that bar is going to help. He's open on the right. Gets a bar Tetris for Damon. 535 for Steelce. 507 for Damon. Tetris Steelce 575, level 22, 540 for Damon on 23. There's a Tetris Damon, fills in. A Tetris for Damon, 605, 606 for Steelce. So we are close in score. Now, here's the thing. Steelce has a lot of lines in hand. He's at 178 line. Damon is at like 192. So it's about a 13 line difference. So when I give you these score checks, it is not close in pace. Of course, real-time score matters. Pace matters. Tetris for Damon, 706, has the score real-time lead. But Steelce will have lines in hand when Damon gets to 29. Kind of a spire situation here for Steelce. Long bar over Tetris. Knows the situation, so he's pushing it a little, forced into a triple. Tetris for Damon, 792, 785 for Steelce. Damon 17 lines ahead, 4 lines away from 29. There's a Tetris for Damon into 29 at 830, so that is all that he's going to be able to get. Steelce with a little mini chase down here, takes a triple. That triple is going to do it. Steelce, not even a chase down, really, because he doesn't even know that Damon topped out. But Steelce is good in game number 3. No, and he's just going to practice building for that dirty. And there it is. Damon says, man, of course my post is only good on a bad transition, LOL. Indeed. All right, new pieces are here. You can take a moment, players, if you need to. 4C, 437C. You need a moment. You can take one, though. Jungle Cook says, dang Del Taco ads. I have not been to a Del Taco since, God, it's when I lived in Madison. So like 2005. Oh, no, not Madison, Vegas. Was there a Del Taco in, it was either Vegas or Madison. There can't be a Del Taco in Madison, right? No, I guess there are. No, there aren't. So it must have been in Vegas. So that's a good, how long have I been in Austin? Holy moly. Have I been in Austin for 18, 19 years? Oh my God. All right, the pieces are here, 4C437C. Okay, well, we are warming up, trying to learn how to play Tetris. Go ahead and increment the first two pieces, actually. 5D, guys, 5D. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't matter ultimately, but we're just gonna, you know, we want to make sure that everything is on the up and up. Okay, both players are on seed. As soon as they both signal ready, we will begin. Okay, both players have signaled ready. Let us go ahead and get them started in game number 4. Steelce versus DA3MON. DA3MON needs to win to stay in to force a deciding game number 5. All right, DA3MON with a little bit of an awkward stack as we get underway in game number 4. DA3MON still grinding this start out. This is going to be tough for DA3MON, and he is going to top out at 14,000. And Steelce is good in game number 4 and is going to take this match 3-1. Kind of a disappointing end to that one for DA3MON. But, you know, enjoyed getting his name wrong and casting him, and hope to see you again in future events. Sorry that it happened that way. Of course, I don't root for anybody, but you do root for people to do their best, and someone goes out 14,000, 18 lines. You don't like to see it. So, but GG's to you. Hope to see you again. Steelce, you are the winner. You will be moving on, and you will be taking on Sharky in the round of 32. So congratulations to you. You can check out, everybody, the bracket if you want to take a look. Nerves just hit me on 19. Got it. Steel says, bro, it's so hard playing on stream. You can check out the brackets right here. Everything is 10 times harder. Well, yeah, I mean, it's good training ground for eventually if you do want to go to something like Jonas Cup or CTWC or one of the regionals. It's a good step from Norg to streamed games to live. So this is the time to get all those competitive nerves figured out before you have to go play in a live event. So this is the time. GG's to you, Steelce. Good GG's to you, Damon. Playing live is easier? Oh, shoot. Well, that is not... Yeah, I wonder if that's it for me. Yeah, you might have something there. I guess I didn't get nervous live. Well, Sharky's one of those who has a lot more success live than online. You know, he's won 3 of our Lone Stars. Those are all live. He's had huge qualifiers, CTWC, you know, played well in all live events, but a little bit less success online. So, yeah, I guess it differs from player to player. I guess that's the ultimate proof that Sharky is not cheating. Because he does better live than online. Maybe he's cheating live. Sharky, how are you live cheating? All right, well, that is going to do it. Steelce, you are the winner. You will be facing Sharky in the next round. So GG's to you. Thanks, everybody who contributed during the stream. And those people are Gamer D8. Well, these are people who received gifts also from Metro ETN. Gamer D86, Az, Nima, Fang, Damon, Ty Tuesday, Swing Skion, Game Scout, Vinzi, Chael Chan, Colin, Billy Mac, Q-Pup Jesus. Those last 3 got their own subs on Twitch, so really appreciate that. YouTube, nothing from YouTube. Rip. Oh my goodness. Or you should just end the stream right now. No more streaming on YouTube. That's it. It's over. Oh yeah, Up Chess, you said, are you ready for the PSAT? You got a 1280, 1440 on practice PSAT with a 700, 720 on math module. Are you ready? I don't know. I can't tell you if you're ready. I got a... I don't remember what... I got a, like... I didn't do any practice PSAT, but I got like a 1280 on my PSAT and a 1450 on my SAT. So I went up and I didn't do any prep at all. So I don't know how much prep you're doing, but you should prep. Do a lot of prep. If you can afford to prep and you got the time, do it. All right. The PSAT is on a different scale. Got it. You might leak the Jonas Cup playlist this year. Well, we're all waiting with bated breath, Sharky. That we've all been like, oh my God, what is the Jonas Cup playlist gonna be? We've all, I can't, you know, huddling, chatting in back channels. What is it gonna be? So much chatter, so much mystery. It's gonna be a huge reveal if you do it. Okay, well, that's who supported the channel during the stream. Overall support, patreon.com/monthly Tetris. Thank you all. Scott, Jane, the Window, K9, Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy, and Kim, M, Rogue Potato, Cat, Java T, Jason, and Sunny. Doing a little bit extra. Everybody else, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Prize pool pretty much stayed where it is. I think, yeah, I think we got one contribution code redeemed. So thank you to Ningaben for 25 cents into the prize pool from Monthly Tetris also did a contribution code as well. Thank you, Monthly Tetris. All right, we will see you guys in 24 minutes. YouTube, take care. See you in a bit. Bye-bye. Jungle Cook says Jonas Cup playlist over the Epstein list. True. All right. See you in 24 minutes, YouTube. Bye-bye. You never leak your music playlist? Oh my goodness. Well, we can't wait. I'm on the edge of my seat. I kid you, of course, Sharky. It's, yeah, it would be. They always have an interesting lineup of music, so I am curious to see what they have lined up. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to watch Jonas Cup. All right, Terrace. Go to Tetris Wars. Come back in 23 minutes, though. See you later. 23 minutes. Be back here. Green bracket. More Mega Dasters. Bye-bye.